Oh gosh, and I hit my hubby comes.
I think mine's on the settee behind us, don't worry.
You don't go.
No, she's gone. So I've just pressed the record button and people have said to talk about a topic. So I was hoping we could talk a bit about postage this morning because it's what a lot of people seem to ask for. So does anybody have any insights about posting art?
I'm not the best on posting because I've been writing it down whenever I hear somebody going on about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's been kind of, I write it down and everything, you know, the where's best. Sorry, the dog's at it. But yeah, who do you use?
Well, I had a massive painting to send off that was 1.2 by 1.5 meters, and nobody would take it because it was too big. There's no insurance for it anywhere. So I went through a company called Tough Nose. It was the only place I could find that would take a parcel that big. And it was about 80 quid, I think, to send it down to, I can't remember the name of it, some Gloucester somewhere. I want to call it London, but I think it's the other side.
Oh,
Bristol.
From
not London.
The other side.
But other than that, I've got a garage full of cardboard because next door got a new kitchen. So everything that I post just goes out in recycled cardboard. Catherine was on. She did a course at the Baltic with somebody. I'll just mention this again because the sound didn't record last week. And what the lady there, she's an archivist, and what she said was, don't use bubble wrap because it can imprint itself in the paint. He mentioned glassine paper. Greaseproof paper from the co-op. I just use greaseproof paper. The one at the co-op's white, so it's quite attractive. It's not got that awful kind of utilitarian shape.
It's just not very wide, is it? Because you can get
a couple of layers on.
Yeah, I mean the ones I got, they're quite big. They're sort of like not A1, but kind of just a bit smaller than that. And I just keep them under my shoe box on top of my shoe box.
Is that the glass
under the bed? The glassine one. Yeah.
How much was it?
So it's nice, and I can't remember. It was ages ago. It was like quite a few sheets, and I thought, well, it's worth it because it's really nice. It's much thicker than the greaseproof.
Is it?
You know, yeah. It's really nice. Proper. Send you one, shouldn't I? With something.
All right. Good.
Yeah, no, it's really nice for wrapping, but yeah,
I've heard of glassine sticking though.
Oh,
really?
The acrylic, yeah. Somebody said that everybody says that's the thing you should use is glassine. But then somebody said that their paper stuck. I can't remember. I think it was on Connected Artists or something. So I was thinking of wrapping in tissue paper, because tissue, even if it sticks, if you've got a coating on, you can use water and a brush and just take it all off.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works with varnish though. But I was the painting that I was planning to wrap up and send like that just doesn't have varnish because she's going to frame it under glass, under UV glass, and like in a proper frame. And she's an artist herself, so she knows how to get it done properly. So I thought if I wrap it in tissue, if anything sticks, then she can just get a brush and get some water and lift it off. It's just so hard, isn't it? Because you just don't know. I mean, that probably like 99 times out of 100, anything would be fine. You know?
What would be? Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Lucy. Go ahead.
That's fine. You go.
I was. Oh, sorry, Karen. Go on.
Go on, Lucy. Go.
I was just going to ask Lucy. Are you sure it dried properly? Yours before, you know? Did you?
Mine. Oh yeah. Yeah, mine's been finished a long time.
So before, because it was.
I haven't sent it yet. I haven't sent it yet. So yeah, but that's what I'm planning.
Yours.
What?
Sorry.
Were you not saying the glassine paper stuck on yours?
No.
Oh,
no, I heard of somebody else.
Right.
because everybody had said you wrap it in glassine, and then somebody came along in a, I don't know, in a chat and said, well, I did that and it stuck and it ruined the paint.
I wonder why would anything stick if you've only got acrylic with stuff on it? Because with the oils, everything sticks to oils. You've got to be really careful. I'll stick to my greaseproof paper for that. But why would it stick? If you've dried it properly, there's nothing to stick to.
I wonder if it's also about sort of the packaging and how it's being.
If it's squished.
You know, you just don't know, do you, with couriers, how they're loading stuff or what weight might be going on.
For example,
it might be you might
got
need
pressed on it, like a corner could have got pressed in somewhere, and if it wasn't packed, you know, bulked out
around it properly. It's getting the surrounding packaging right as well, isn't it? And you know, I mean, I'm not selling stuff at the moment, but when I have been, you know, so obviously buying stuff from other artists, and I'm thinking about the different ways that they've arrived. So you know, some people have just delivered. You know,
well, that's what I delivered locally,
you know, which she's in complete control then of how it arrives.
Nice as
well.
well.
It's really nice as well, actually, because she helped me sort of decide on where it's going to go and talk about.
That's the beauty about that, isn't it?
That's very, very personal. But you need to be local, don't you? You need to be reasonable enough to do that. Then other stuff that I've had come through has been where the painting's already been in like a photo frame, so there's already a bit of separation between the surface of the painting and any packaging, but then it's had the you know, the big corner pieces on it, then layers of glassine around that, so it's not directly connected, then more packaging, you know, cardboard, and then, you know, like tissue paper and stuff. So it's been really, really well secure. And that arrived safely and well. And from another artist, they actually sent me just the canvas rolled in a tube.
Oh, I liked it.
And again, that was great. No damage. It was tissue paper, in, you know, that was covering.
I tend to know you don't mind how it comes, do you? As long as, you know, I quite like to see the artists recycle the stuff, because I've just got, like you, loads of cardboard and stuff. And you think, you get dead excited, don't you, if you get something, you think, oh, that's perfect. You know, yourself, you think, oh, I'll keep that. But there's once I got a frame delivered, and he'd done it very quickly for me, so the paint hadn't dried properly, so all the cardboard and stuff stuck to this frame. So this is a tip that I learned years ago when I used to work at a video shop when I was younger, to get any labels off or anything like that that's really quite difficult. Pledge, you soak it in pledge and leave it.
What, polish?
And polish, any stickers that you can never get off things.
Wow.
Let's soak it in pledge, and then it comes away. So I just did that, luckily, you know, because I was kind of rushing, and it worked. But yeah, I mean, that was my fault, last minute ordering frames.
But these ones look
doing that again yesterday.
They took forever to arrive. They took like 3 weeks or something. I showed Lucy yesterday, I think. But the corners really crap. So don't
can't really see it, Faye. Oh, is it not doing very? Oh, I can see that. You can
see the inside. It's like, I mean, they were 30 quid for like a little bit of lightweight wood, so they could make more of an effort. And when they were delivered,
was that from Jackson's?
Great art. No, Jackson's is great.
Oh yeah, I've got.
They really take care of the packaging, and it's all recycled as well, I think. But this, they just came in a massive cardboard box with, I want to say, shoulder protectors, corner protectors, and nothing else.
Oh,
but yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, because when I got my Jackson's one, I got it in a great box.
Oh, I love Jackson.
Yeah, they come in it. The boxes are brilliant, aren't they, and stuff. So I keep them. But I just ordered a frame. I hate looking for stuff online, because you end up going down a rabbit hole, don't you?
Oh, it never ends. Yeah, what you're buying.
Yeah, great art and stuff like that. But I ended up getting it from Jackson's. But I was phoning around some local framers to compare price as well, which I just need to go and see the quality now.
Yeah.
You know, because there's quite a lot of stuff I need to get framed up. So it'd be easier if I could. And it's nice to use local if they're going to be, you know, as
You've
good.
got a lot. It's worth it, isn't it? Taking it, and they can,
them, isn't it? If they can make me a little deal, you know.
Karen, Lucy's doing Manchester Art Fair later in the year.
Oh, wow,
It's a lot to get framed up for, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you will definitely sell something there. I mean, come on.
I don't know. I've never done it. I've never done it before. Well, I believe that if you do the first year, you know, you get sort of noticed. Then the second year, they remember it. But it'd be a bonus to help pay for it, wouldn't it? You know.
You will.
So, and it's just like I really wanted to focus this year on not being pulled aside from to do this and to do that. I just wanted to do a body of work and get my website done, which isn't my sort of forte. I just like to do the work, really, but you need it, don't you? So I think this accountability group that Lucy runs is good for me. But yeah, so I've you know, I've worked my way backwards, and I'm just sort of like planning how many pieces per month I should be, you know, but obviously if work goes as well, doesn't it, as you, so I'm really having to knock it out. That's why I didn't do the 100-day project, because I did it last year. And I did a painting.
Music, didn't you? It was lovely. That was
I did a few days of music. I've still got some on the wall. I never advertised them. I should have advertised them, really, but they were for like half of the proceeds went to Sight Savers. But I raised like 700 quid for them. But if I'd have I didn't think it through, you see. I just thought I'll just paint to the length of a tune that I love, you know, off my list, off of Spotify. And then I'll touch them up next year and then, you know, put them out there. But because people were quite a lot of notice, you know, so I interest rather. So I ended up putting a few up there, finishing a few, you know, and yeah, I sold quite. I should have done it more really, you know, and just thought I'll finish one a day and then do it instead of half doing them. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
I didn't think you do, but don't stress yourself on it, Faye, or anything.
Well, I'm trying to do it in order to, because I'm doing 100 days of atmospheric oils, basically. And I know some of it, but I think at least it gives you something to look back on, like sketches that you can works and find out what you like. So I've discovered that I love using the catalyst wedge over really thick oil, because it gives you a different kind of texture. And you know, just
that's only 9. Yeah, and you found that out already. I think it really improved me, and it improved my confidence, because I made myself share just the first few seconds of stupid, really. I mean, it really looks like crap, but I did it to make myself out my comfort zone, and also to, you know, just experiment. And 1 out of 7 were belters, you know. Do you know what I mean? So you do learn.
Definitely.
So it's a great one to do. Definitely.
What are you doing for yours, Karen?
Yeah, what's yours? I've seen.
Well, I'm doing scribble doodle scroll.
Okay.
And it's sort of you know, I love line. I love, you know, sort of Tracy Emin and Cy Twombly. So there's like text, and there's, you know, it's not it's like coming from like an inner landscape rather than an external, you know, landscape. And oh my God, Bentley's just wanted to come in. Now he wants to go out again. I should have just ignored him first. So you might hear him whining now. So yeah, I was putting those 3 things together, and I'm doing 1 small piece a day on paper, And then each day on a large canvas, well, a meter by a meter, I'm doing one thing a day on that large canvas as well, that's connected with the scribble doodle scroll.
Right.
So it'll be, you know, some writing or just or a scribble. So the two parts of it. So one thing will be produced, which is the larger canvas, and then the smaller ones, they're just you know, how I'm feeling or thinking on the day, and what words or what lines, or so there's no
Plan.
there's no plan. And like as you're saying, I think it's just really informative to see what might emerge over the 100 days.
Yeah,
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm doing them on individual pieces of paper, but I'm putting them together sort of like in a concertina.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So the end, how they sort of flip through, it'll be like
good idea.
a sketchbook journey.
And then you'll see like the transition from beginning to end as well, won't you?
Yeah. And you know, so what colors start, you know, are there any color shifts or any motifs that emerge? I don't know. But yeah, because I love making a mess. And I get very scribbly, and loads of colors and stuff, but then I have this major panic, and then I want to tidy it all up, and it's all too much. So this, I think, will be a learning for me around being able to just leave things alone. Do it for 5 minutes, stop, leave it, move on to the next one.
That's a skill in itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think also, whilst you're doing it, the pair of you, what I wish I'd have done was to do a photo of the end result, and then put it in your stories. Then you can put it in your highlights. I only have in my highlight the snippet, a snippet of music. But when I listen to that music, it really takes me back, and I love to sort of flip through and think, gosh, you know, how you move on from then. It's just another reminder, isn't it, the music?
Lovely, isn't it? How sounds and smells can take you exactly where you were.
Yeah. So keep a record of it is what I was going to say. I wish I had done the sold ones, you know, kept a record of, well, I have kept a record of the sold one, but you know, the finishing picture as opposed to just the 2 minutes picture, you know. So and the comparison. So keep a record, and if you're on Instagram, Karen, you could put it in your stories and then do a highlight of it, couldn't you?
I've been putting it in the main feed, really, and not done a lot in the stories about it. And I think, that would get really boring every day, just scribble and a scroll. But you know, I mean,
I don't know. It's like,
you know,
I don't know what you think.
People
are interested in, aren't they? But she's done it again, you know, and what's she been up to today? I just don't know.
It's boring. It's nothing boring on there. It's lovely.
It's been nice.
No, I'm just thinking if there was 100.
Right.
It might get a bit too much. So I think sort of varying it up and not having, you know, sort of allowing other things to emerge on the site. I mean, I did a little video for the first time yesterday. That one.
A real camera.
No, I like a video.
A video, and then you put it live. Alive.
Not a live one, no. But I recorded doing an image transfer, and then just my chat to myself and
that's good.
Mysterious other, you know, while I was doing it. And then afterwards I thought, I'm not going to change it because it was my first time, and the whole point of it was like it being a first time experience. So I posted it anyway, but when I look back at it, I'd left all the art bits out, all about how do you do an image transfer, and you know, all of that was not in it. So it was just me going on about my star signs.
Was it? That's like what happens in these recordings. So we start, for example, started on postage. We haven't even really talked about that, have we?
No, we
And then
haven't.
it just kind of organically kind of goes wherever it needs to go, doesn't it? It's nice. That's how it should be.
It does.
Let's
Should we get back to postage?
No, I think no, it's fine. I think it's time to end now.
All right.
I want to ask you a question about this on your page. I discovered today that oils rot plastic. What?
Yeah. I mixed up some oil paints, like a larger amount for a few, to be able to use on a few paint, larger quantities. And I mixed oil paint. I think there was some liquid in there and a little bit of odorless Damsol, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, mixed it up and in this like plastic pot. 3 days later, it had split completely in half.
Oh wow! Oh God, I'll have to watch that.
And I thought, I didn't know this could happen.
Yeah,
So
that could happen. That's a bit scary.
I mean, what do you use for a larger?
Well, I have a penchant for creme brulee, and it comes in those little glass pots. So I've got about 20 milliliters of those. So I haven't actually mixed in plastic.
No,
I don't think.
Well,
So
I saw Nicholas Wilton on one of his things, and he uses like these little buckets, and I assumed they were just like the big yogurt pot things. So I just thought, oh, this would be safe enough. Anyway, it's not. So I know not to do that because it was like the paint just went everywhere and not on the painting. So that was that.
Fair enough. Alex is connecting to audio. Who's Alex? Alex?
Lucy gone?
She's disappeared. Gonna go off now anyway, I think. It's only
I think it upgraded it because it's your first room. It's upgraded it.
Oh God.
I'm gonna have to go. So
yeah, I am as well. Alex.
Oh.
Alex, we're recording, but we're going to end now anyway. So.
All right, no worries.
Hi, bye.
Yeah, I thought I was a bit late. Maybe next week.
Okay.
Never mind.
Hi and bye, Alex.
Bye.
I'll tell you what. I'll just stop this.